A violent incident involving members of Seth Payako's team has intensified tensions during the ongoing by-elections. The gatekeeper, driver, and several family members were brutally attacked last night by individuals described as a suspected state-sponsored assailants. The timing of the attack, only hours before the voters ended to the polls, has triggered widespread concern about intimidation and political interference. Images from the hospital show the victims with the deep injuries and visible trauma. Medical teams here say the intensity of the assault suggests a coordinated and deliberate strike. Community members who rushed to the scene described it as an ambush meant to send a message in the middle of a heated electoral contest. The statement released this morning by Bayako's camp condemns the attack as a cowardly and criminal, calling for immediate, thorough, and impartial investigations. They insist that violence has no place in the country's politics and warn that the democracy is facing one of its greatest tests. Residents in the constituency are expressing fear, confusion, and anger. Some say the attack has created a climate of panic, making many uncertain about their safety as they attempt to exercise their constitutional right to vote. Others have vowed not to be intimidated by but admit the atmosphere is unlike any they have seen during past elections. Security presence around polling areas has since been increased. Police patrols, plainclothes officers, and community volunteers are attempting to maintain calm. Election observers warn that such violence can directly affect turnout, especially in a closely contested by-election where even a small shift in voter numbers could alter the outcome. Political analysts point out that the assault raises critical questions. Who ordered it? Why now? And what impact it will have on the credibility of the final results. They say any act of intimidation during an election period undermines public trust, and without swift actions from authorities, the legitimacy of the entire process could be compromised. Leaders aligned with the Payako maintain that they will not retreat. In their words, the mission ahead is bigger than any obstacle, and they are calling on their supporters across the country not to be cowed. Their message emphasizes the resilience and vigilance, urging citizens to stand firm against any form of political violence. The situation continues to develop as voters move to the polling stations under heightened tension. The constituency remains unhinged, and pressure is mounting on investigative agencies to reveal who was behind the attack and whether more threats exist as counting tallying approach. As the by-elections proceed, the events of last night have cast a long shadow, turning what should have been a routine democratic process into a national point of concern. The focus now is on whether calm on the be maintained and whether justice will follow for those assaulted in the midst of these critical political moments. This is Stephen.
Watu wamepiga kura. Nyamalia wakati tunakupigia kura. Tunapiga kura, tunachukua watu wote wa Nyamalia wakati tunakupigia kura. Tunapiga kura, tunachukua watu wote wa Nyamalia wakati tunakupigia kura. Tunapiga kura, tunachukua watu wote wa Nyamalia wakati tunakupigia kura. Tunapiga kura, tunachukua watu wote wa Nyamalia wakati tunakupigia kura. Tunapiga kura, tunachukua watu wote wa Nyamalia wakati tunakupigia kura.